Okay, I'm going to show you how to do a 9-stitch braid, cable braid. And this is what it looks like. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using the 6-stitch right and left cable crossing. And the thing to keep in mind with your braids at all times is the reason why it's 9 is that the center 3 pegs will be your exchanging over to one side or the other. And to do the 9-stitch braid cable is going to consist of 8 rows. So I'm going to show you those 8 rows. You're going to end up doing an E-wrap cast on, and then you're going to do this as your first row. So you're going to knit 4, and you don't have to do this section, I'm just kind of giving you a band here. And then purl 1, and then you're going to E-wrap 9. Okay, going to E-wrap 9. Then purl 1, then knit 4. And as again, you don't have to do the garter stitch at the end. I'm doing a band for a hat. Okay, now you're going to purl, okay, and this is row 2. So you're going to E-wrap 9 again. And then purl 1 and then purl 4 if you want to do this band series. The only part that matters is the E-wrap section. This is where it's going to change up a little. Knit my 4 on the end and purl 1. Okay, here's where it's going to change up. I know that my next row, because this is row 3, I know that my next row I'm going to be cabling, and I'm going to be doing a 6-stitch cable, left cable cross. So I'm going to be doing it on the left side. It's going to kind of be easier doing the left cable on the left side, the right cable on the right side. And that's how you're going to interchange it. So what you're going to do is you're going to E-wrap 6. Okay, and you can toss those loops over. And to complete the E-wrap 9, you have your last 3. Well, with a left cable cross, you have to pick up those first 3 stitches, and you can't E-wrap them, you can't do anything. You have to pick them up and put them on the stitch holder. And so we need these stitches that we're going to be using to lift up and move over loose. So what you're going to do is you're going to E-wrap those last 3 pegs twice. And what I like to do is wrap lower and then higher. Lower and then higher. Lower and then higher. And then you're going to toss the bottom loop over those two wraps that you just did. Okay. And we're gonna pause that for now and finish the row up. This is row 3. Okay, we're fixing to start row 4. Okay, now we're to the cable. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to toss off that top loop. Toss off the top loop and the top loop. Then you're going to lightly pull those longer loops and you're going to put on stitch 3, 2, and 1 in that order onto the stitch holder. Take them off, hold them into the center of the loom, bring the working yarn in front of the stitch holder, ear up pegs 4, 5, and 6. This is a left 6-stitch left cable cross. Then you're going to lift up pegs 1, 2, you're going to lift up stitches 4, 5, and then 6. Place stitch 6 onto peg 3. Take stitch 5 and place it onto peg 2. And stitch 4 and place it onto peg 1. Now you're going to take your working yarn in front and hold it in front. And from your stitch holder, you're going to pick up stitch 1, take it off the loom, and place it onto peg 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to take off stitch 2 and place onto peg 5. Then you're going to take off stitch 3 and place it onto peg 6. Then what you're going to do is ear up pegs 4, 5, and 6. Toss the bottom loops over. At this point, you're going to snug up, you're going to go back to peg 1 from that, and you're going to snug up those stitches. Okay. And that is a 6-stitch left cable cross. Now to finish it up, we're going to E-wrap 3, and that covers your 9 stitches. And that is row 4. We're going to be starting on row 5. Okay, and you're going to just E-wrap 9 pegs. Okay, now we're going to be starting on row 6. Okay, and you're just going to E-wrap 9. Okay. Now we're going to go on to row 7, and this is going to be the row before our next cable, which is going to be on the other section, which is going to be on your right side. It's going to be a 6-stitch right cable cross. And so we're going to need to do some double wrapping on the pegs. And I'll show you how to go about prepping that. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to E-wrap 3. Then you're going to double E-wrap there, the next 3 pegs, because these 6 stitches over here is what you're crossing. And then you're going to E-wrap 3. Toss the bottom loops over. And make sure you leave those 2 loops there because you'll need them to loosen up your stitches. Okay. Now we're to our last row of the series. And this is going to be row 8. Okay, now we're to those 9 stitches, and now we're on row 8. The first thing we're going to do is E-wrap the first 3 pegs. Okay. Now you're going to release the top stitch on those 3 middle pegs, and then you're going to pull that looseness out, and then you're going to even up those loose pegs, those loose stitches. You're going to even them up over the 6 stitches, so you can see they're looser on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're looser, and what you're going to do, you're going to take your working yarn and you're going to skip pegs 1, 2, 3. You're going to E-wrap pegs 4, 5, 6, and toss the bottom loops over. Place loops 6, 5, and 4 in that order onto the stitch holders. Take them off the pegs, place into the center of the loom, bring your working yarn in front, and E-wrap pegs 1, 2, and 3. Toss the bottom loops over. Now place loop 3 onto peg 6. Place loop 2 onto peg 5. And place loop 1 onto peg 4. Then you're going to take loop 4 and place it onto peg 1. Then you're going to take loop 5 and place it onto peg 2. Then you're going to take loop 6 and place it onto peg 3. Then you're going to go in and you're going to snug up your stitches, starting from the first one. There you go. And that is your 6-stitch right cable cross. And that is row 8. And now that I've showed you those 8 rows, when you continue those 8 rows over and over again, this is what you get. You get the 9-stitch cable braid. And that is how you do the 9-stitch cable braid. So repeat those 8 rows I just showed you over and over again, and this is what you should get. And you can do the garter stitch on the side however wide you want. And that's how you do it.